What's up, Super Squad? It's Jordan Gatelius. Welcome to another Zero to Hero training video. Think you need a gym to build a superhero physique? Think again. You don't need a gym or any equipment. I'm gonna show you how to replicate all the best gym workouts right at home, without anything, without any compromise in results. Alright, Super Squad, let's get started. For all you guys out there without a gym, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to build all signature characteristics of a superhero physique and make great gains right at home. It takes the right techniques, the right strategy, and the right workouts with effective and efficient intensity in order to make it happen. And I'm going to share all of those with you to help you get it done. So let's get to it. Suit up, Super Squad. Alright, the first thing we're gonna hit is your chest, replicating the bench press with push-ups. The bench press is one of the best exercises to hit your chest in the gym. You just get situated in a bench, grab the bar a little wider than shoulder width, get it directly above your chest line, and in a steady controlled motion, lower the bar down towards your chest until it's just barely touching. And then press the bar back upwards, doing this all in a straight up and down path right in line with your chest, with your elbows tucked and pointed downward, not flared out, keeping your body static and neutral. And just like the bench press, the push-up is one of the best exercises to hit your chest at home. Everything here from form to movement stays exactly the same, except instead of laying on a bench pressing a bar upwards, you're of course on the floor pressing yourself upwards. Body stays straight and neutral, same as the bench press. Elbows stay tucked and pointed behind you, same as the bench press. And just like the bench press, you don't want to blaze through your reps on these. Complete and steady controlled time under tension is key to getting the most out of this. And when these start getting easier, you can up the intensity by placing towels under your hands, allowing you to slide them as you perform the push-up. This progression of the push-up helps you replicate the dumbbell chest press. And if you don't have a slick surface to work with, the same could be accomplished on carpet with a slick object to slide along it, like some plastic bags. Alright, now we've got to hit your back. And for your back, we're going to be replicating lat pull downs, just using the hand towel. Squeezing the most out of the lat pull down is all about being able to get the best squeeze out of your back and your lats. And this is accomplished with a shoulder width grip and a slight lean backwards in your posture. This puts you in the best position for achieving the fullest range of motion for full stretches and full contractions. To get the most out of this move at home, the same concept applies. Laying on the ground in a prone position, you want to replicate that same backwards lean by extending your back, bringing your lower body and upper body off the ground as you balance on your core. You'll feel the tension in your back immediately when doing this, and you increase that tension with the towel by continually pulling it outwards like you're trying to stretch it out. Once you've got all that going, it's just about replicating the same exact form and motion of the lat pull down, but doubling your time under tension for this home version at a slower cadence of about 2 reps to 1. This ensures you're not going so fast that you're compromising what you get out of this one. You can step up the intensity with the next progression of these with floor pull-ups, where you mimic the movement of a pull-up by positioning yourself in the same backwards leaning form on the floor and performing the same pull-up motion by pulling yourself towards your hands while sliding your feet along the floor, then reversing the motion by pushing yourself back. This is a tough progression, but could be made more manageable by placing your shins on the floor, mimicking more of an assisted pull-up. This looks like a chest-focused push-up, but by keeping a proud chest with your back extended, pointing your hips down, this form helps you keep the focus on your back, and when done right, you'll definitely feel it. Next up are your shoulders, and we're going to be replicating the shoulder press with the pike press. Shoulder presses are a pretty straightforward compound exercise that works all of your shoulders to help build that boulder-like look. You want to keep your back straight, chest up, and elbows in front of you as opposed to flared out to keep all the tension right on your shoulders, all while pressing in a straight up and down, steady and controlled shoulder width path throughout this one. All the same things apply for pike presses, just on the ground. You want a shoulder width hand placement directly below your shoulders, placing your body in sort of a V shape. And as you press yourself towards the floor, you want to go from a neutral head placement to facing towards the floor so you can get a little extra slide at the end that gives you a bit more range and a bit more results out of this one. You can up the intensity by raising your lower body onto an elevated surface for these. It'll add resistance, range of motion, and of course, results. The next progression after that would be doing a full-on handstand push-up press. For your triceps, there's no doubt that the best exercise to hit them with is the dip. And luckily, these can be done at the gym and at home. At the gym, you're typically doing these completely suspended on parallel bars. And as with any bodyweight exercise, it's all about maximizing time under tension as your resistance tool. At home, most people aren't able to get that full body suspension, so the next best thing is having two elevated surfaces, one for your hands and one for your feet. And with that setup, you're able to replicate the same exact dip motion as in the gym. Again, making sure you're maximizing time under tension with fully controlled, steady reps. And there's a couple little nuances you want to do to max the tension even further for this one. The first is by emphasizing a backward lean at the height of the motion to shift more of your body weight onto your triceps for added resistance. The other is making sure you keep your body as close to the elevated surface your hands are on, which will help allow you to get the deepest stretches and deepest contractions possible. These can of course be done just like the gym version if you have the means to do so. You can also replicate straight bar dips if you have a surface strong enough to support yourself as well. And if you don't have any of the means to do any of these types of dips, you can always do tricep targeted push-ups as well. To hit your biceps for maximum bicep engagement, curls are the way to go. And fortunately, you don't need weights to do them at home, just a door frame. The best gym version of the curl is the Zotman curl. It takes a traditional curl and adds a wrist twist to add some oomph and extra engagement to your biceps, as well as bringing your forearms into the movement more. You can replicate this same exact move at home just by using a door frame. Your feet placement determines the difficulty of this one, with the further you step into the door frame, further increasing the difficulty level. Although it'll be more subtle here, you still want to incorporate that same wrist twist as best as you can, with an underhand grip at the height of the motion, shifting to a neutral grip throughout the rest of it. Your body is the dumbbell here. You are the weight. So again, as always, to make sure you're getting the best amount of resistance out of yourself, you want to do these steady and controlled and not go too fast or use any momentum. If you do, you're not going to get what you want out of these. And of course, once you finish repping out one arm, you want to go ahead and switch to the other arm and do the same exact thing. Make sure you don't stop short of getting a full stretch out of your biceps, and always make sure you get a full contraction with a squeeze too. As an alternative, you can also do underhand Australian pull-ups if you have something strong enough to support you doing so. This would mimic more of a barbell curl. And if you don't have something that'll allow you to do that, another alternative is doing underhand push-ups. Next are your abs, and the ultimate exercise to hit them with are crunches with twists. And the great thing about them is you could do them anywhere. In the gym, you have the added benefit of being able to do weighted twist crunches. Your abs are just like any other muscle group. They respond to resistance, so it's always one of the best ways to go. The twist crunch is 3 crunches in one: a traditional forward crunch, followed by a twist crunch to one side, and finished off by a twist crunch to the opposite side. At home, you may not have added resistance of weights, but by positioning yourself in a completely straight bodied position, you're able to simulate added resistance. Everything about the traditional twist crunch stays the same here, except of course that you're doing it with your legs and arms outstretched and straight instead of having either of them bent. This positioning increases the difficulty, thus increasing the resistance. If these are a little too difficult to start with, you can always start off with the bent leg positioning. It'll help scale back the intensity enough for you to build up the strength to start doing them completely straight bodied. Lastly are your legs. For these, I love doing front squats. At home, those translate into the simple but still effective traditional squat. In the gym with front squats, you're carrying the load of weight on your front shoulders, which is why I love these so much. I feel like they better center that load directly above your legs as opposed to back squats, so you'll get greater emphasis placed on them this way. At home, getting the most out of this one is all about emphasizing deep stretches and pauses. Stretching your arms out in front of you will help you keep the majority of your body weight above your legs, just like front squats. Now, no matter how much time under tension and emphasized pauses you're able to squeeze out of these, eventually they're gonna get easy because your legs are your biggest, strongest muscles. So to keep the intensity up, you wanna keep the progressions going for this one. A great one is jump squats. You simply squat into a jump, landing into a squat on an elevated surface, reversing it all back into the starting position. Adding this explosive progression to the move transforms a simple squat into something way more intense. These home workouts are all almost exact replicas of their gym versions. Get in tune with your mind-muscle connection when you're doing them. Visualize those gym workouts, how they're performed, how they should feel. That's how these home exercises should be performed and how they should feel. Almost exactly the same. And there you go, Super Squad. No gym, no equipment, no problem, ever. All the same great gym workouts right at home, without a gym, without any equipment, and without any problems, getting the same superhero size results. You want to make sure you do each of these workouts for 3 sets, taking each of those sets to failure, falling within the 4 to 12 rep range, the ideal rep range for building muscle and gaining strength. And for even more detailed, in-depth training tips and tutorials for each of these exercises, links will be on the screen and in the description for the dedicated workouts playlist. To make sure no matter where you are, you can build that superhero physique with no problems. And you can't build a complete body without a complete intake. So make sure to subscribe to the Super Vegan, another Zero to Hero Athletics channel completely dedicated to that. And to get everything strategically structured in full step-by-step training guides, head over to zerotoherotransformation.com to get started and find the right one for you. For all the best ways you could be supersizing and super shredding your superhero physique for the ultimate zero to hero transformation. If you enjoyed this training video, make sure you Hulk smash that like button. Share the video to share the gains and help someone else out and keep the Super Squad growing. Leave some comments below about what you'd like to see covered in future training. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future zero to hero transformation tips. Always remember, Super Squad, you want to look like a superhero, train like a superhero, and I'll see you next time.